Hi everybody, how are you today? Happy Tuesday. I'm Lisa and welcome back to my kitchen. We're going to do a low carb recipe today, making your own sausage. Now you might think this is a little tough. It's not. It's not tough at all. Hello. Please tell me where you are watching from and if it's live or replay. And we're going to get right down to this because this is going to be a fairly short one, y'all. Okay, so last week, I don't know how many of you saw my video where I kind of in the middle realized that sugar was in my sausage. So I said, I know how to fix this, right? So went to the store, got this plain ground pork. And this is about 1.5 pounds. And then I searched for a recipe. I have it in this book, which I'm about to show you from Taste of Home. Okay, it's called Fall Freezer Meals, and I forgot what year I got this, but it's from 2011, so it's been a while. But anyway, the recipe itself is called spicy sausage patties. If you don't like spice, hello, tell me where you are watching from. Then you can simply leave it out or look for another recipe. You don't have to use this one, but my point is that you make your sausage without sugar or the sweetener that doesn't set your cravings off like sugar will and doesn't add carbs. So however you choose to do it, there are many recipes for this, but okay, so I'm going to double up on this because it's for 3/4 pound and I am using double that, so obviously we're just going to double it. Now you could, if you have a grinder, regrind it to mix it, but I think that's one, very noisy for a video, and number two, I don't think it's necessary. So if you don't have one of those meat grinders, it's fine, you can use your hands, and I'm about to get a little messy, so cheer me on. Love it. Whoops, I grabbed the coriander instead of... Okay, so that was a teaspoon of salt. And then it's calling for sage leaves, which is typical in sausage, by the way. So, okay, teaspoon of that. Just kind of sprinkle it all over. And, well, it says 1/4, so we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of coriander because we're doubling. If you are not doubling, obviously don't do this. Just sometimes the humidity here gets it. Does anybody try to vote today? Do you guys have early voting? Well, I did. My goodness, people were anxious to vote today. They were out on the sidewalk. So, yeah, I decided I would come back a little bit later. And then we have pepper. We're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of that because we're doubling. If you want this recipe, I don't have a problem shooting you a screenshot of it. Not a problem. But again, you can find plenty of sausage recipes online and edit them for yourself. Be creative. You never know what you're going to come up with. A lot of times you'll decide you like it. Crushed red pepper flakes. That is going to be 1/4 because we're doubling it. It would have been 1/8. Okay, so just sprinkle it. And then, okay, so I'm just going to rub it all around and combine it. If you look at the recipe, it said to combine it first, but that's okay because I'm mixing it with my hands. Yes, it's messy, but it's going to be, it's basically how you do it. It's kind of like mixing dough. And the reason I am doing this is to get the flavors in early before dinner, so all these spices should have a chance to flavor the meat. You could also do this and freeze the meat. If you do it before you freeze the meat, that will get the flavors in. But definitely we're going to do that recipe, meatball casserole recipe that I did last week. And if you didn't see it, it should be back in my feed, or just let me know and I'll try to get it to you if you really can't find it. It was a great recipe and it just went over so well. I figured we'd use it again. It's low carb. And when you find a low carb favorite, you kind of stick with it. But hey, this is what we are working on today, and I'm just going to let this the flavors all soak in for dinner tonight, and that's why I'm coming on so early. I thought it was a rather easy recipe too. Okay, so this is pretty much what it looks like done. Again, all I did was salt, sage leaves, ground coriander, pepper, crushed red pepper, and pork. And that is how I am doing my sausage. And then I'm going to mix that with the other meat, which today, instead of ground turkey, is going to be ground beef. So, and the rest of it I think I'll keep the same. We're going to put the zucchini and the meatballs and things like that. So it keeps it low carb. Now this recipe alone has all the breakdowns, which is what I like about Taste of Home. So they give you the diabetic exchanges in a lot of this. So carbohydrate is only a trace doing it this way. No sugar. And if I had wanted to add sugar, that's great. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I hope you guys are having a great day. I have been working to dislodge a stall this week. I am using keto, and I do use some other things to help me. If you have any questions regarding keto, this recipe, or anything, I will do my best to answer you. But basically have some fun with it, explore a little bit, and ask me, PM me if you have any questions on any of whatever I'm doing. I have lost about 30 pounds, so, and more than the pounds though, I more fight with inches. Actually, not fight with inches. I fight with the scale, and I can take inches off. So that has been really super for me because I do exercise, and so inches are easier for me. But put inches are easier if they're easier for you too in the comments, and if the pounds are easier, put pounds are easier. Anyway, have a super, super wonderful day, guys, and let me know how your meatball casserole recipe turns out with the homemade sausage. Or if you're just going to do this, you could just cook it up and use it alone. That's actually what the recipe was meant for anyway. But, yeah, let me know how it turns out. Love to hear from you. All right, look for your comments. Bye-bye.